This April marked my 2-year anniversary here on YouTube, and I thought I would do a video with a little mix of a recap, updates lately, and answering a few questions. So if you are new here, hi and welcome. I am Bee, and I post videos mostly from my cabin in the woods, but sometimes about other things as well, usually related to the theme home, and Heimve translates to something like homesickness. I bought this cabin back in late 2016, and I've actually had it for almost 9 years now. It's located in the southern half of Norway and was originally an old homestead and farm where people lived off the land and the forest for at least a couple of 100 years and up until the early 1950s. That's when the last farmer moved out, and since then this has been used as a recreational home, or hytte as we say in Norway. A place to retreat, get closer to nature and charge your batteries. You can watch a bit more about this place in my very first video, which I will link down below in the description. You can also find that one under my most popular videos. My original plan for this place was to have a family cabin for holidays and weekend trips, and during the first years the family was a bit bigger than it is today. We had our dog Sheila, who unfortunately only got 1 year here. She was already old by the time we got this, but absolutely loved this place, where she could bathe in the river and nap outside in the garden. She was a beautiful mix of Rottweiler, German Shepherd and Labrador, and had the softest ears ever.
Sheila! Kom on! Kom igjen, da. Kom on. Ja.
She lived to be 14.5 years. Then there was our little cat, Smule. She was a rescue taken from a mother way too early, and as a result was very petite, very intense and very contact-seeking. We grew a special bond when I was pregnant with my son, when she used to lie stretched out on top of my belly, totally happy, purring and probably listening to my son inside. Then she also died a couple of years ago from old age. In 2023 my ex and I separated, and we got divorced the year after. And after that I've basically been alone here, except of course from my son, who joins me every now and then. I could have sold the cabin, it would probably have been the wisest thing to do, but I have chosen not to. Having this all alone is a challenge, honestly, both practically and logistically. To get to the cabin from home, I first have to take a bus, then a ferry, then some metro stops, then a bus again, and eventually walk a few kilometers the last stretch. This ordeal also makes it difficult to bring with me animals, like a cat. in addition to all the other things I have to transport. Also, it's not safe for cats here during the night because of the lynx and other predators. This place doesn't have a road all the way, so everything I need has to be carried in my backpack. I have electricity, but not water and plumbing. Everything around water, collecting it, storing it and filtering it takes time and is a bit of work, especially in the winter when I have to melt snow for water. But it also forces you to slow down and is just one of many things that connects you closer to the weather, seasons and the nature here. I must admit it took a while to adjust from having a full house to being just me here, and in the beginning it felt very empty. Just seeing my son's empty bed in the bedroom on my first solo trips after the divorce was horrible. In the beginning I felt like this place was a magnifying glass to my emotions. If I came here a bit sad and fragile, I easily got even more sad just staying here. And I let it for the first few years and blamed this place. Like it was a living reminder of everything that didn't work out back home and in my life. The loss of family, loss of future plans and expectations. I can still get that magnifying glass effect here sometimes, but I've learned how to accept and deal with it now. I think even starting my YouTube channel 2 years back and documenting the slow life here helped me. Being able to step back and look at things more objectively, pretty much uncensored and raw through a camera lens. That actually helped me a lot, so thank you YouTube. I got some new subscribers with my latest video and I thought I would do a bit of introduction and bio, also as an update for older viewers. So I'm born in Oslo, Norway in the early 1970s, but I also have roots on the northwest coast where my mother is from. Today I live in one of the suburbs on a peninsula just outside the city and ferry across the Oslo fjord every day to my work in downtown Oslo. That's why you sometimes see footage in my videos from the ferry and fjord. I use it to go to work and on my travels to the cabin. In my opinion, the ferry is the best commute ever. So I'm part Gen Xer. I am an INTJ according to the Myers-Briggs type indicator. I'm a Scorpio, if that's relevant to some viewers, and I'm autistic. The autism part actually took me a while to figure out. I got my autism diagnosed this February, and it was quite an exhausting journey in the healthcare system, to say the least. It took about 18 months from start to finish. I think my autism went under the radar for so many years because of the times. In the 1970s and 80s, they pretty much thought that girls couldn't be autistic, only boys could. Plus, I had a very strong sense of self. I wasn't bullied in school. I never suffered from depression, unlike a lot of other autistics. I didn't really want to fit in anywhere. I was always the weird one, and I was totally fine with it. But being neurodivergent in a neurotypical world takes a toll on you. Getting the diagnosis and answers to how and why to a lot of things has helped me to better advocate for myself and do some adjustments in my everyday life. It brought more clarity. Moving on to some viewer questions that I got. Someone asked, do you live elsewhere during the winter or any other time of the year, like for work? I kind of answered this already, but yes, this is a part-time home and I basically go here in weekends and on vacations. Mostly all year around. It depends on the winter. Like in January, we have very little daylight up here in Norway. It's pretty much dark all day. And it can be around minus 20 to 25 degrees Celsius. The snow can be pretty deep, and I will have to go in on snowshoes and a full backpack. In those conditions, it also takes a few days to warm up the house once I arrive, even just the kitchen area and that one bedroom that I use, so it isn't always worth the effort. I turn off everything electric in the house when I leave in the winter, mostly to save my energy bill, but also because I don't have any plumbing to worry about, and because the trees in the woods around tend to fall over the line and cut the electricity anyway. Another viewer wanted to know more about the history of the cabin. How long has it been there and does it replace a previous one? The answer is yes, this cabin replaced a previous one that burned down in the 1940s. I share a bit more about the history in my very first video that I link below. I have considered perhaps making a whole video on its own, just about the story of this place, before I came to it. Of course, I don't know everything, but I know some of it, so let me know if you are interested in that. And do I have to pay any special charges to the local council or pay for an annual permit? Besides my own costs going into this place, no, but I pay something called eiendomsskatt, which is a tax to the municipality based on the value of the property, plus a fee for waste disposal and a fee for the chimney sweeper. Even though I don't have a trash can, I either take my trash with me back home or I go to the local recycling station if I'm here for a longer period. And someone asked me a few videos ago, do you still write? Yes, I still write. I mentioned it in a few videos back, that you also can find in my playlist on creative writing. I finished a manuscript to a novel last year and have sent it to 3 publishing houses, 1 in the fall and 2 this spring. No luck so far, and I'm kind of regrouping at the moment, wondering what to do next. Send it to more publishing houses or wait, rewrite and put in more effort on the manuscript, or even put it in the drawer for now, move on and focus on one of my other writing projects. I haven't quite decided yet. Then someone commented in my previous video when I said having this house in the woods is a constant war with nature and more or less a full-time job, reminding me we are not at war with nature. They are, of course, right. It's just that when nature moves into your house and inside your bedroom walls, it feels a bit like an invasion and a war that I have temporarily lost. But I don't come to this place and into the woods thinking I'm gonna fight nature, or that I have every right around here. I know how privileged I am having access to this place. I don't even fully feel that this place is mine. Yes, on the paper, on the deed, but this place belongs to itself, and I am just a temporarily warden. The janitor, so to speak, sometimes a bit clueless, but nevertheless. And I should probably have my plans for this place set up by now, but I don't. It's more maintenance going on than full-on renovations, both for practical and financial reasons, but we'll see what the future brings. There is a chance that I will be able to stay here a bit more than usual this upcoming fall, because of things happening at work. A bit more home office opportunities that I can do from the cabin. That would be nice, but I still have my son back home to care for and follow up on, so I can't just move here for weeks on end. In other news, I also have this vague plan on going on my very first hiking trip. It's something I have wanted to do for a while now, but not dared to. But if it happens this year, I will make sure to share some of it in here. For this particular endeavor, I'm partly inspired by Mars Lonesome, which is a renowned and almost myth-like Norwegian adventurer who have had lots of hiking shows on national TV the past 20 years. But I'm also inspired by a friend of mine, Mr. T, who has done hiking trips and outdoors adventures for years. He also started a YouTube channel recently called Mars Lonesome that I highly recommend. It's authentic, down to earth, very Norwegian and very Mr. T. I will link to his channel in the description down below in this video, so do go and check him out and say hi. He is one of my few but very good friends, and every time we meet up he tells me about his latest adventures, making hiking sound so accessible and easy peasy, like no fuss and just do it. And living here in Norway with so easy access to nature, it really is. There are so many choices and opportunities all around. It's just me being terrified of all sorts of things, since I'm originally not a tent sleeping person. It's complicated, at least in my head it is, but I'm working on it. So this was a bit different and long video from me this time, but I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you again in my next one. Until then, take care and thank you for watching.